What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing, Facebook? Doing all right? Just wanted to hop on here real quick. Actually, I'm gonna close the door. I'll be right back. All right. So I wanted to come on here real quick and just, show y'all a couple different methods that I've been able to learn from different people. Because right now I'm following a certain system, but previously I used to do something else. And I think that a lot of people try to do the other system that I used to do, but they're acting in such haste that it's not producing them for the amount of work that they're doing. It's not producing the right results. And hopefully, as we go through this and I show you the difference, it shines some light and some perspective on what it is that you're doing, so that maybe in the future you can stop pitching people and start helping people. See, because nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So if you're not asking questions about them, if you're not trying to find out the most important thing to them, which is typically going to be themselves or their family, if you're not trying to figure out, them, then they're not going to care about what you have to offer because they think that you don't care. So I want to show you how to put your best foot forward whenever it comes to caring and networking with people. What's going on, y'all? So I'm not going to really do a whole bunch of looking at the screen, but I will check in with y'all from time to time to see if y'all have any questions. Okay? So if y'all do not like anybody that's big in your business, let's say you sell shoes, and if you don't have Nike as a brand that you have liked on Facebook, then you're not going to see other people that like shoes. And what kind of shoes do you have? Do you have women's shoes? You got football shoes? So I mean, really, you really want to find out, exactly who you're targeting. Are you just doing, sportswear, or is it just Nike all around? Because if you just do Nike all around because you kind of have a plain Jane shoe, then maybe you just like Nike. But look, there's 544,000 people who have said that they like that they like Nike. And if you have a shoe that kind of resembles Nike, or it has a great story kind of like Nike, then maybe you'd want to like people and add people who like that brand. In the same way, I work online, I make money investing, and therefore Grant Cardone is a big name in investing, and he's helping a lot of people. So if somebody likes him, perhaps they would like the content that I have as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and, I create websites. I have a platform that creates websites. So maybe Grant Cardone will be a little bit later whenever he pops back up. But here's 425 people who like Wix websites. So I can go here and add them. And because I have certain things whenever it comes to making websites to help these people, I'm going to go ahead and add them on here because maybe they might be interested in what I have to offer as well. See, but whenever I'm going to their page, some people say just add them all, and that's cool. You can do that, just add them. But then look at Facebook, it gave me that little error message, So whenever you start going to people's pages, start looking around, What do they already tell you about themselves? You know, he's maybe into teamwork, you know, from all cultures. Look, different types of wristwear, different skin colors. So, you know, perhaps Bert Henderson is a person who has no racial ties or doesn't care about, you know, what race you are. He's into the teamwork that we can all come together with. You know, this is just an assumption, but that's a nice cover photo. Then you have him nice and dressed up, looking all professional. Then we have lives in Addison, Texas. So he lives kind of close to me. Quality assurance engineer, QA engineer at Trendtech. You know, I'm not sure what a quality assurance engineer does, but whenever I begin talking to him after he adds me, you know, maybe I can ask him and get educated from his perspective. You know, so he has 114 friends. He doesn't have a great following, so perhaps he doesn't do any online marketing. So I'm going to go ahead and add him. He seems like a pretty cool character. Then we're going to go back here. And, you know, what I used to do was I would go to these groups, right? Because in these groups, you have all these people doing this work, right? Let's see, 97,000 members. Right? And so here's all these people posting all these links, all these ads all day long. And this is what they've been taught to do online, is to post these ads in these groups. And some of them get engagement. A lot of them don't, or get very little engagement. You know? And that's the way of these groups. But at the end of the day, if you find people without engagement that allow you to comment on there, you can go ahead and just interact with their page, because these people are paying attention to their comments, waiting for somebody to take a bite. Like, they're like hawks. Of course, I can't comment right now because I'm in Facebook jail. But what I can do is go around and find people that are not getting very much engagement. Like this lady. You know, her post has 17 views. It was posted 47 minutes ago. You know, and already has 17 views. That's not bad. So we can go here and just find out some more about her. You know, we see that she's with the CBD oil and that she's using social media tactics to post into groups her live videos, which is awesome. So she's self-employed, CBD, maybe from Nigeria. Okay, so she manages Women in MLM Mastermind. So if we go there, what do we find? It's probably a Facebook page, right? Yep. So we can go ahead and like this, because she's paying attention to who's liking her. You know, she's not getting a whole bunch of engagement. This is somebody who probably started here recently, I would imagine. I could be wrong. But I've been doing this a little while. And after a while, there's certain patterns that you see. So she got 2,599 people like this. That's awesome. So she's definitely out here doing work. She's definitely out here getting some people liking her page and that kind of stuff. She has real professional. You know, this looks real nice. I mean, fabulous. As Kelsey would say. You know, so we're going to go ahead and just add her as a friend. Now, whenever she adds me back as a friend, you know. Uh-oh, here we go. We recommend sending refresh. Okay, great. So whenever she adds us back as a friend, then we can go and find out more about her. You know, she seems like an interesting person. You know, she knows, it seems like, a lot about her product. You know, she's pretty passionate about it. She's not letting anything stop her. So it looks like she might even have a couple products, you know. And so we'll go ahead and wait for her to add us. And whenever she does, we'll get a notification inside of Messenger letting us know that she added us. So then we can go ahead and have a conversation. You see? And so you say, well, what kind of conversation would you have? You know, do I just type, you know, the longest message I can think of and just send a link? No, that's why you're not making sales now, is because you're just sending a link. You know? And too many times, a lot of people, they just go out here and are taught to go and just send a link. But at the end of the day, sending a link isn't getting you where you need to be. So, as you see here, I've gotten new friends and I've gotten a message saying, hey, say hi to your new friend. So we got Chris Durden. I'm going to go ahead and check out his page real quick and just see what he has going on. What's going on, Desiree? If it ever loads. And so, you know, whenever you're doing this, you want to be mindful of what you're doing. You don't want to just go and just spam your link everywhere. It's more of the effect that you have the cookie. You have the opportunity. You're already in a position to help them. And if you think that just giving away your cookie is going to get you anywhere, you're lying to yourself. You know, you have to use that cookie to your advantage. And so whenever you're talking to these people, let's say they're already in business. Am I going to want to just promote my business to them and just tell them that they need to stop doing whatever they're doing and join my business because mine is better? No way. You do not want to get into that argument. It's going to be a long one, and then you're going to get uplines, and they're going to start, you know, going, and it's just not where you want to go. But whenever you come at people as a person, as they are people, and you find out, you know, what do they currently do in order to advertise their business, they're going to tell you, well, some people will, some people won't. Some people will say, well, that's what separates me from other people, is that the way that I market. So I can't give you everything, but I use this, and this, you know, or I use Google Ads. Whatever it is that they do. And for me, that's a place for me to come in and ask them, hey, well, what kind of sales funnel are you using in order to build your list? You know, are you modeling people that have already been successful in your industry? You know, because there's somebody who's successful already online, and you do not have to duplicate. I mean, you don't have to recreate the wheel. You can duplicate their success. Don't copy their success, but you can duplicate it. I don't know why it's not letting me click this. Why it's not doing what it's supposed to do for me to chat to this guy. So what I would do typically is I would just have a conversation with him. I'd ask him, how's his day going? He would answer. And then I would follow up with, you know, I see that you're from such and such because I've already looked at his profile. And so after I figured out where he's from, I might ask him a simple question like, how's the weather? You know, just to break the ice. Just so that we can talk about something that we both know about, weather. Everybody knows about weather. It's something that we can relate on. Because at the end of the day, I want to be relatable. I want to relate to other people. I want to connect with other people. And I want to find out if we're like-minded. So, you know, if you're talking about the weather and, you know, instead of just saying, it's a little overcast or a little overcast, you're a little bit more animate about it, and you say, man, today is gloomy. I'm starting to understand your terminology and the way that you see and the way that you perceive, to the depth of which you perceive based on your language. So I'm learning a lot about people as I'm just having basic conversation, you know? And so whenever I'm learning about you, I'm trying to find out what makes you tick. What motivates you to get up and go to work? Why do you want more? What do you have now? And where are you trying to be? Because I want to be the bridge for you and take you from where you are to where you want to be. That's my goal. For every person that I meet, there's something that you want to achieve, and I want to help you achieve it, because whenever you achieve it, you feel good. Whenever you feel good, you can do more. You inspire other people, because your goodness or your feeling good vibe rubs off on other people, and you start to create a vibe inside of your, I wouldn't say community, but inside of your sphere of influence. See? So whenever you're talking to other people, try to figure out about them. Try to learn about them. Try to ask them what they're passionate about. What kind of hobbies do you have? What do you like to do for fun? What's your motivation? I was always taught form, family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. Where are you from? Family. As you have kids, you got a wife, married, whatnot. Then from there, then you want to go to, occupation. Well, what do you do for work? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. If you know about it, talk to them about it. Be vulnerable. Whenever they tell you about their family, tell them about your family and, something that's happened recently with you. Then, recreation. What do you like to do for fun? What do you like? If you already had enough money in the world, or you had all the money and time in the world, what would you do more of? What would your days be filled with? These are thought-provoking questions in order to get you to start thinking about a greater existence than your current immediate environment. And so then you want to move on to, the last one, which is motivation. Well, what motivates you? Is it your family that motivates you? Are you more of a red personality, where money motivates you? As long as you can see the money, you see somebody making the money, you know that you can do it as well? Are you a blue type personality? Meaning that people motivate you, but not just people parties, having fun, being energetic, being outgoing, being the life of the party. Does that motivate you? Are you more of a green, where the analytics of things motivates you, where you're very analytical, you like to dive into the credit repair and really learn each and every little aspect of it? Or are you a yellow type personality? These are kind of going to be your nurses and people like that, whereas the greens would be your CPAs, the reds would be your CEOs, and then the blues would be the party people who just like to have fun. They like to go out, have a good time with some good people, and just enjoy. Whereas your yellows are going to be, they care about people. They care about the next person. They're really giving people. This is going to be a yellow. And are you motivated by helping others? So you want to find out which category they fit into, because depending on where they fit into is how you're going to talk to this person. See, you want to speak their language. So you want to get to know them in order to be able to put yourself into their shoes so that you can speak their language. Whenever you can speak somebody's language and you can lead them from where they currently are to where they want to be before they've even told you what they wanted to know, or where they wanted to be, then now you're being a leader, and then what you do is this big goal that seems impossible, you now break that down into daily actionable steps that they believe that they can take, and you show them how, if doing so, they will reach the financial goal that they're seeking monthly. So you create a commitment, a small commitment with that person. So now they're committed to working with you. Now you want to create a time. How long do you give me working with me in order to create this abundance that you seek, or this lifestyle that you seek? I give you 9 months. I give you 90 days. I give you 6 months. Okay, well, we need to add that into the plan. So now the numbers are going to adjust on the plan of which we've already put together. So we're getting closer and closer to a definite goal. We're getting closer and closer to exact numbers of what it's going to take for you to get to where you want to be, based on a new method of generating income for your family. If you only have one source of income, that's awesome because you have one. But today, to live a really nice lifestyle, to have the things that we really want, we need at least 2 or 3, to be honest with you. So if you're not, creating these connections with people, and you're not building your organization, and you're not pushing a product through for profit and building a business, then you're not getting no profits. Instead, you're going to be making wages. And if you're making wages, that's fine, because that's what creates some stability inside of your life, because you know that this much money is coming in. So I don't put down owning a job, because having a job is a blessing. So many people don't have jobs, and they're not motivated to go get jobs, and they're not motivated to go own their own business. They think that they should rely on a system, but that reliability onto the system just adds more perpetuality of the existence in which they've created for themselves, which is reliability on something out of their control, and which controls them and what they're going to do with their time and their day for a little bit of fish and bread, rather than teaching the man how to go fish. And what I'm doing is I'm teaching people how to go fish. Whenever you start doing lives because you have some value to give, now you're fishing with dynamite. But if all you have is a roll of all the way used up paper towels and some shoestrings and a hook, I can show you how to go get the worms, and I can show you how to go and put the hook with the worm in the fishing hole. And whenever that fish bites, I can show you how to hook it. And I can show you how to go ahead and create another revenue stream for your family. What's going on, Anthony? How you doing, man? Doing well today? I hope all is well, brother. So then now you're at a goal, a definite goal of time plus material plus action that it's going to take to get there with your prospect that you just met. And you can have this conversation, 5, 10, 45 minutes long, and get them to buy from you. And let's say you're brand new into the industry, you don't have no results. You can't show them that you've been successful in doing this. That's whenever your upline comes in handy, because your upline has the results. You made sure that you got in and positioned yourself, which gave your upline results. So now your upline is the expert. So therefore, you put them in touch. You be the bridge that puts them in touch with the expert that's going to go ahead and create another connection. So now there's 2 connections to this one person. And then depending on what happens, they should get a date for when this person is going to get started. They should give all the other information. They should present the business opportunity to them, not you. Something else. You should be pointing to something else. You should get to know them. That's networking. You should get them to like you. That's networking. And y'all should both be able to trust each other based off of your conversation. That's networking. Then you put them in contact with somebody else to do the marketing. Network marketing. So if you're in network marketing and you're trying to take your skills from belly to belly and bring them online, I've pretty much given you a process to start from the beginning and go all the way to the end, to the closing of the sale. And I hope that it's shifted your mind a little bit. Instead of me getting on here and harping about people in my inbox just spamming links, I figured I would go ahead and give a little bit more education on how you can avoid getting into people's inboxes. But what you can do is start adding more people in order to grow your organization and start going live, giving real value. If you don't have any value as a brand in yourself, it's okay. Then talk about the company and talk about other people's stories, because other people's stories are what you tell if you don't have your own. So until you create your own, or you have some kind of value that solves a problem for other people, then that's what you do. And you do it to the best of your ability. And whenever you share other people's stories, people will like it. Some people will do nothing. And that's okay. The people that do like it, go ahead and reach out to them. You know, maybe not that same day or exactly as they push the button, but, you know, maybe in between 24 to 48 hours, go ahead and reach out with them. And then don't just shove your company down their throat. Reach out as a person first. Always as a person first. Because we are all people and we want to do business with other people. You know, that's why this business runs, is because people would rather do business with people rather than doing business with a big corporation. So we come humbly as people to other people in order to serve them and give them. And if you don't have a free gift to give, if you're not pointing to some good information to help them in their current situation, or you're not able to provide that to them, or you're not getting them in touch with somebody who can, or you're not getting eyeballs onto your presentation, new eyeballs, old eyeballs, followed up eyeballs. If you're not following up, if you're not creating a list, if you're not doing these things, you're not in business. See, all these things are important, and they go into your business. And it's not just spamming ads inside of a group. It's not just spamming ads to people. It's becoming a person and actually holding a conversation and finding out what others need. Because whenever you start branding yourself as a solution to other people's problems, and it's not about a company, it's not about a product or service no more, whenever it's about you and your ability to help others win selflessly, that's whenever you separate yourself from the average marketer. That's whenever you can start beginning to dig up your own path, to prepare your own ditches for your abundance that's coming your way. That's whenever you begin to get your own market share, is whenever you can begin to be the solution. When people see you as the solution. Grant Cardone is the solution. E.T., he is the number one speaking solution. You know, and I really don't want to be a public speaker. I really don't want to be like a motivator. Like, I don't want to be that person. But at the end of the day, if that's what I have to be to help y'all succeed, to help y'all see success, for y'all to understand that there are some answers Over here, whenever you work with Rodney, he can help you and point you in the right direction. Then I'm going to get on here and I'm going to motivate y'all. And I'm going to do my best to inspire y'all. And I'm going to do my best to give y'all 120% every single day. Because me, I'm just a king. You know. And I believe that y'all are kings. And y'all are queens as well. So together as royalty, we come together to bring higher aspirations, to touch higher skies and lift the bar up just a little bit higher for one and each other, so that we can bring forth a greater experience and a greater expression of who we are through our giving. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing you're going to be remembered for, is what you gave. Jesus gave saving of souls, and he's still remembered today. What will you give? What is the unknown to you? Consciously or unconsciously? What is that next step into the unknown? What question do you have that you don't know the answer to, that you have to go and move forward in that area, because that's going to lead you one step closer to your greatness? Is it going live? Is it being consistent? Is it talking to people in their language? Is it slowing down and finding out who people are? What's your next step, so that you can begin creating the results that you want? Go ahead and leave that in the comments. Let me know what y'all's, if you're catching the replay, go ahead and leave that in the comments. Let me know, what your thoughts are. Because I really want to know, what your next step is in your business. Hey, what's going on? I see y'all hopping on and off here. But I just wanted to go ahead and just put out this little information, because at the end of the day, I just feel like it's needed to be said. And I could have shown you, but this thing is messing up, so I guess I couldn't have shown you even if I wanted to. Yeah, it's still not working. But I'm going to go ahead and probably hop up off here. I do appreciate everybody who joined, anybody who got on, anybody who watched for any extended period of time. I am very grateful for your little bit of time, or a lot of time that you did spend with me on or off of here. If you have any questions, you need me to clarify anything, if you need any advice, if you're depressed, if life just isn't going your way, I want to talk to you. I want to help you get things going in the right direction again. I sincerely want to help everybody win, no matter what that win looks like. So go ahead, reach out to me sometime, anytime. I'm definitely available most of the time. My wife is calling me. It is 11 o'clock at night. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Y'all be blessed, be great, and be good. Peace.